Hello. Okay, good morning. This is not working. Okay, so why we're here is more tea. I had roasted dandelion root tea today, and I'm here to tell you about it because I did more research. The screen may be half size again, and that is still because I'm using notes on my phone. I'll figure out. Right. And so, I'm here to tell you about roasted dandelion tea, because this was another one that the Holy Spirit was like, hey, drink this. And shout out to Aunt Diane, who apparently gave us this box of tea. And after this video, if you feel like trying it, I'll share. So, roasted dandelion tea. Roasted dandelion root tea specifically. You should know that dandelions, what we're talking about, is yes, those little tiny flowers, which are dandelions. That's the same thing that we're talking about right now. Dandelions are edible. The flower, the root, the leaves. They have different purposes. They have different benefits. Dandelion root tea is caffeine free. It is therefore called a tisane. Tisane. The world of tea, to my current knowledge, is broken down into tea and tisanes. I could also be saying that wrong, but I know I'm spelling it right. Tisane. Tisane is an herbal tea, a tea made of herbs, a tea made of anything except the Camellia sinensis, or however you say it. The tea plant, where we get white, green, and black and similar teas from, that's tea. Anything that doesn't come from that plant would be an herbal tisane. Okay? So why are we here to talk about dandelion? Because it's really interesting. And so, I did know it was considered to be cleansing, but I didn't know why. And the reason it is, according to ancient studies, they would have correlated this to having slight earth element, but also a lot of the air and ether elements. And what we're saying, therefore, is that between the cold properties and the bitter properties, specifically of dandelion root tea is very beneficial to the system in a cleansing manner, because the bitter herbs go into our body and stimulate it to discharge toxins, to release them, specifically from the liver and from the blood. Dandelion root tea is actually not just from the ancient sciences, specifically Ayurveda, but also in modern scientific studies and research, showing to be highly effective for all matters of blood cleansing and plasma and liver. I think there's one more. Cleansing of fat from the system, which is where we're helping the liver, the urinary, circulatory, hepatic, digestive, and lymphatic systems. All of those could be benefited by dandelion. However, the qualities of dandelion root tea, if you look this up Ayurvedically, would reduce the pitta and kapha doshas. However, might aggravate the vata dosha. So who doesn't want to take this tea? Someone who has a high amount of dryness in their body right now, or revealed in their skin, a lot of dryness, a lot of anxiety, overactiveness, a lot of moving around and shifting around of things. You would want to avoid it. If you are feeling upended from irregularity in your life, dandelion is not necessarily the best tea for you. However, if there is overheating, if there is sluggishness, if there is extra moisture, if there is fatigue, sort of exhaustion, like a heaviness, dandelion tea is your friend. It's your friend. But what I really wanted to tell you about was, while I was researching this morning, that I found this study really interesting. So let me find, two studies actually, and then I'll post all these links. So first of all, apparently, with all of its research, it has been highly researched to be found to be very antidepressant and anti-inflammatory. Fun fact, when we look at it from the ancient traditions, that makes sense, that they're all saying the same things. When you're looking at the ancient scientists that were doing this by observation, or by the modern scientists doing this by laboratories and otherwise, that this would lift up This would cool one down from over-inflammation sort of conditions, and this would lift one's mood from the depressed fogginess that would come from the factors related to earth element and fire element. Okay? But here's what's really interesting. Apparently, this is an anti-diabetic medicine. The amount of things that roasted dandelion root does to cleanse the body of excess sugars and the healing from the problem of excess sugars in the blood just kind of blew my mind. It works on the level of pancreatic cells to increase insulin activity. It works on the level of insulin resistance to increase the insulin receptivity of cells. I found the whole thing interesting. This study that I'm reading says the anti-diabetic properties of dandelion are attributed to the bioactive chemical components. These include, have fun with me trying to say these words, chicoric acid, taraxasterol, chlorogenic acid, and sesquiterpene lactones. What does that mean? This means this has multi-layered influence on cleansing the body at the blood and liver level, both of which are relevant to type 2 diabetes and type 1 actually, more type 2, and the pancreatic cells, which will also help the body. It helps the body with the cells just receive the insulin, thus helpful for all types of diabetes. I'm sorry, I was looking back through my notes in case there was anything else to tell you, but really that's it. I'm just going to post the notes that I found again, because I think Aunt Diane's watching this now. We're talking about this tea, which apparently you gave us, and if you didn't, then Mom was confused, but that's okay, I'll shout you out anyway. And if you want some back, I'll share. Okay, bye.